Finally getting onto that Avengers Infinity War review after it's been out for like nearly 2 weeks because I've been sick. I'm wearing a Star Wars shirt. I've just gotten to the point where I just don't care anymore. I mean, that's alright. It's only the biggest movie of all time.
The end is near. When I'm done, half of humanity will still exist.
Avengers Infinity War is directed by Anthony and Joe Russo, and it stars pretty much everyone that you've ever seen in a Marvel movie except for Hawkeye and Ant-Man. So, yeah. Ant-Man's really at this point become the most irrelevant Marvel movie, which is weird because it's got a sequel and he was in Captain America 3, but it's really not necessary to understanding of Infinity War. I would tell you the plot, but I don't really want to. You've probably seen it at this point, and you know, they didn't really give away the plot in the movie. Not in the movie, in the trailer. So, it'd be weird if they didn't give it away in the movie. The Avengers, the Guardians of the Galaxy, they're coming together. Thanos, a big bad guy, he's coming to Earth. He's going for the Infinity Gauntlet, which is like 6 stones. And I'm reciting the plot. So I failed you guys, sorry. Avengers Infinity War is very difficult to critique in my opinion. That's because it's a film unlike anything ever made ever, and that's probably because no other movie has ever had 19 movies to lead up to it, and it's all told in a weird sort of like book chapter flow. Like there's never been a cinematic universe in cinema history as large as the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's a turning point really for cinema in general, because this of course is sort of a part 1 of 2. That's why the original title was Avengers Infinity War Part 1, and it's tough to critique it on the fact, like the way you would normally critique a movie, because of how large the cast is and how necessary it is to have a cast that large. Like you just can't have Spider-Man go up against Thanos and everyone be like, yeah, good movie. Made sense for it just to be Spider-Man. Because you remember after Iron Man 3, everyone was like, where's Captain America? Why isn't he helping? Whereas like any of the Avengers, because you know, the President of the United States in danger. And everyone was like, it's just Iron Man, he can deal with it. This is the point where everyone has to get involved because no single person is going to deal with it. So I'll break it down as best as I can. Action. Stunning. The action's incredible. It's well done. It's entertaining all throughout. Every single action set piece is done very well. Does it top the Russo brothers like airport sequence? No. But it's still pretty good action. I'd say that the action, it never really gets to that level of, oh, that's awesome. But it is good. There is good action. Do all the characters mesh well together? They do. It feels like the entire... It felt very cohesive and natural the way every single character met up with each other. And that's credit to whoever at Marvel organized the characters to drop them off where they were before they entered this movie. It was very well done. The acting from everyone is superb, really. Everyone's doing... For their performances, they're doing good performances. Everyone you've ever seen in a Marvel movie that has returned for this, they've done a good job. I can't really talk about the people who have popped up for the first time in a Marvel movie, because that's spoilers. But I will say this, the only performance I can really talk about, Josh Brolin as Thanos. He's incredible. By far the best Marvel Cinematic Universe villain yet, because he's just an amazing villain. He's three-dimensional, he's actually does things, and he's not sitting in a floating chair for the entirety of the movie. He's actually doing things in this movie, and it's more than, you know, whoever the villain was in Thor 2. Avengers Infinity War is incredibly fun. It is. It's very well directed. The dialogue's witty and it's well written. The story, it's alright. I mean, it makes sense for it to be 2.5 hours long because you've got so many characters, and you know, I sort of knew beforehand that it was part 2, so it sort of leaves off for the room of, ooh, part 2. Will it happen? Who knows? Probably will, and it is. You know, the problem with Avengers Infinity War is that there's so many characters that to go from one place to another to deal with different characters at the same time, it's sort of annoying. You got like 4 different places going on at the same time, each with like at least 5 characters, and you're just like, ooh, I want to see Thor and Groot and Rocket. Oh, wait, let me go to Earth so I can see Captain America and Black Widow. Ooh, maybe I might go to, you know, the Guardians. Let's go see what the Guardians are doing. You know, like Star-Lord, Gamora, what are they up to? And then we got to cut back to Thanos, who Thanos is doing his other things. And then he's got his little minions and his right-hand men, and they're just like, ooh, we're going to Scotland, or we're going to New York, or we're going to Wakanda. Like, just so many different characters in so many different places. It sometimes, like, for the most part, it works. It's very understandable to see why they chose like that. But sometimes you just don't get enough time with characters that you want to spend time with, and sometimes you get too much time. Like, there are times in the movie where you're just like, we've seen so much of the Guardians. Can we go back to Earth and see what Captain America's up to? Because he was in the movie for like 5 minutes and we're already an hour and a half in. Like, that's not actually what it is, but that's like an extreme example. That is what it felt like in the movie for the most part. It's not the best Marvel Cinematic Universe movie, but it is the most impressive yet. And I am interested in what will happen in Avengers 4, very much so. If you've seen it, you'll completely understand. And I'll be honest, like, it's really tough to criticize because it backs up so much of what it's trying to do with the fact that, oh, well, we've got 19 movies to back up our decision to go this way. And you're like, makes sense. Makes sense. I will say Avengers Infinity War, I'd buy it on DVD. Have you seen Avengers Infinity War? What did you think of it? What's your favorite Marvel Cinematic Universe movie? Or what's your favorite Avenger? Let me know in the comments down below. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe, become a little part of pie, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Well done, you made it to the end of the video. Why don't you click on one of these two videos for more content, or subscribe to just be reminded of when I upload. Also, I've got a Facebook link. I don't have an external link to that because you've got to be part of YouTube's partner program for that. And I don't have enough subscribers or watch time to be part of the YouTube partner program. So, subscribe. That'd be great.